I'm Scott Larimore with the Charleston Crab House, and we have a fantastic recipe that we've been doing perfect for 20 years, a she crab soup on grilling and chilling today. That's true she crab soup right there. That is perfect. All right, for the perfect low country traditional she crab soup, you're gonna need a few of these special ingredients at home. You'll need 3 pounds of blue crab back fin meat, crab roe, which you're gonna get from your female blue crab. We also have crab base here, which if you can't find in your local grocery store, you can use any seafood broth and turn it into a roux and use that as your base. We have 3 cups of minced celery, 1/8 of a cup of Indian mace, 1/8 of a cup of honey, 4 cups of your flour, 1 pound of butter. We have 4 quarts of heavy cream, 2 gallons of whole milk, and we're gonna need a dash of sherry to top it off at the end. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make our roux here. We have 1 pound of butter that we're gonna add. You want the pot just to be warm enough to get that butter going and get it melted down. We're gonna add our 3 cups of celery and mace to this as well, just so that celery can soak up the flavor. Guys, you can do this at home in your own Dutch oven with your pot on the stove top. Of course, you'd much rather be out here on a dock with this background, grilling and chilling. The biggest thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing this is keep stirring it. You want this celery and this mace to really disperse throughout the heavy cream and the whole milk. Go ahead and add it, continue whisking as you're adding this whole milk. And what I like to do, I like to add one gallon of milk at the time, and then we'll add 2 heavy cream to it. You want to keep your heat turned up to where it's just a simmer on your stove top. Let the flavors really come out, and you want to start adding your heavy cream again to it. Looks good. You can smell the mace coming out. We're gonna go ahead and grab our next gallon of whole milk. The whole milk and the heavy cream, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but once you get it in this pot, it thickens up, boils up to the top. So you really wanna have a pot. You can never have really too much space with this heavy cream and whole milk. You wanna keep it stirring. The more you stir, the thicker it's gonna get, the more it's gonna rise to the top. Now that we have that 2nd gallon of whole milk, we're gonna grab our next 2 quarts of heavy cream. You can see it's starting to thick up already with this heat to it. What really makes it she crab soup is going to be crab roe, which you find in the female crab. It's actually her eggs. We're going to add that, continuing to stir as we go. We can go ahead and add our crab base now, which if you don't have at home, you're going to use a seafood broth, add a little bit of flour to it, get it thick. You want to add the 4 cups of flour. You want to add a little bit at a time until it really starts to thicken up, continuing to stir. You don't want to just pour it in there, you're going to have one big clump. Big thing with she crab is the consistency. You know, it started here in Charleston, so people are really particular about their she crab soup. And I think Charleston Crab House does one of the best around, especially if you ask our customers. Last final stages that we want to add to it, last part of the recipe really is going to be 3 pounds fresh blue crab. You want to use the back fin meat, that's the good stuff. Oh, you can just smell the crab cooking. Now that we have the crab meat in, we're going to add the last little bit of sweetness to it. This is something that gives it that little crab house tradition right here. 1/4 cup of honey to it, add a little sweetness. This is what keeps the folks coming back right here. That's true she crab soup right there. We've been doing this for 20 years and it doesn't get any better than this. That's going to feed a lot of hungry people and make a lot of hungry people happy. Take this she crab soup, just make it out of this world. You just want to take a little bit of dry sherry, top it off with that, not much at all. That is perfect. She crab soup is something we take pride in. We make it fresh every day. We love it here and you're gonna love it just as much. Come see us here at the Charleston Crab House.